From the moment I first met Dillon,
Oh, God.
I knew he was going to be a handful.
It's your boy Dillon here, and I'm back today. Get used to it.
And he agreed to let me make a film about him.
Testing, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 1, 1, 2, 3, 2, 1.
Dillon is like any other young lad on the cusp of manhood. But look again, and there's more to him than meets the eye. He has an extreme case of NF1, a condition that leaves him in constant pain.
Okay.
His leg is riddled with hundreds of tumors, making it difficult to get around. In his mind, there's only one way to cure the problem.
I really want my leg to be cut off.
But can a 12-year-old boy convince the doctors that he needs such a drastic operation?
I'm never gonna be happy with my leg, am I? I'm never gonna be happy.
And is it in his best interests?
Now I'm frightened.
How are we going to start the film?
I think you should start it with me introducing myself.
Dillon, say hello.
Hi.
Dillon is an 11-year-old boy from Somerset with a big problem.
Then when you look at my left leg, where all the neurofibromatosis is from here all the way up. So if you see the difference.
He sees amputation as the only way to be normal.
How should we do the next bit of the film?
Just bring it into my speech to my class and like the thing like I'm starting secondary school.
Dillon has just started secondary school, so he's taking the chance to explain his differences to his classmates.
My name is Dillon Chapman and I wanted to talk to you all today to explain my condition and what challenges I face. It has tumours that have grown from my nerve endings and through my body. My most affected area is my left foot. It's Dillon. And that's why I need to use a wheelchair to get around as my walking is limited. If I knock my leg or foot, it is extremely painful. And it reduces me to tears as if I had an electric shock or something. Thank you. I have had many operations since the age of 4, but now I have refused all surgery until I can get my leg amputated. Do you guys want to ask me a question?
Is this a condition you were born with?
Yeah, I was born with it. Yes, Malcolm.
Has anyone teased you?
I have had the mick taken out of me. How I run and stuff and walk, they kind of stare and, I don't like it.
Do you ever feel sad when you see other kids run around?
Yeah. Sometimes I just wish I was normal. Thank you for listening. Yeah, I just really want to get rid of my leg because it can be really painful and it's annoying. It stops me from doing a few things, like playing football and that with my friends because they're kicking it all about really hard. And yeah, I just can't do it. So it kind of does upset me a little bit.
Oh, lovely.
Dillon was born an apparently healthy baby boy. But his parents' happiness was short-lived. Mark and Dawn noticed there was something very wrong. Dillon's foot was large and swollen.
Oh, Dillon. It's when we brought you home.
Is it?
Yeah.
Oh, you were absolutely beautiful.
The devil baby.
Oh yeah, red eye.
Look at your foot on there. So you were a little boy
How
then.
could you not recognise it though?
No, we did, darling.
We did.
We always
We knew straight
recognised
away.
it.
There was
But they were telling us it was fluid from the birth, and this it was a birthmark. Because they didn't know what it was. They didn't have a clue.
But can you see it's never been any different?
Neurofibromatosis is a common genetic condition affecting 1 in every 2,500 births. Dillon's type is known as NF1. It's characterised by non-cancerous tumours known as neurofibromas causing deformities and extreme pain. When Dillon was a toddler, his left leg began to grow larger than the other. Doctors had never seen such a severe case.
Hi, Andrew.
Say hi, Claire.
Rounds of surgery followed, but nothing worked. As he grew up, he would inevitably notice that he wasn't the same as other children. A few thoughtless words from an adult while he was on holiday 7 years ago has left its emotional scars.
One day, Mum and Dad decided for me to get into the pool. And the lady saw my leg and she said, "Why has that boy got such a disgusting leg? Get him out of here." And she said to her children, "Just get out of the pool." Like I do, whenever I talk about it, I do kind of get flashbacks from it, and you know, it's not very nice, and I wish it never really happened, but after that, I was probably within the first few days, and then for the rest of the holiday, I just kept my leg hidden. Like I just wore trousers instead of shorts. I always wore socks after that. Three,
Never seen you
two,
go up
one.
steps like that before.
Did you know that your leg was different?
Not really. When I was young, you know, I didn't really understand very well. You know, I was only 5 or 4. So, like, maybe, I don't know how old I was, but I was definitely under the age of 5. And, you know, I didn't understand at all about my leg. And I didn't really know I had it. I thought I was just normal until, you know, I got to that age where I started to understand things. And I knew that I had something that was, you know, different from everybody else.
Dillon didn't get into a swimming pool after that day, and he has never learnt to swim. And while his leg has held him back in so many ways, I'm struck by what a normal kid he is. He's now almost a teenager. Dillon's even been allowed to go to town with his mates.
Alex, they would fit me perfect.
What?
Look.
Yeah.
If I didn't have this leg, I'd have bought them. No joke, I'd have bought them. They're a bit too big.
Dillon can't wear trainers like most other 11-year-olds. For his entire life, he's only been able to wear boots with a large raise to even out his legs.
I quite like them. You know, I like these.
I like the safe.
One day, mate.
One day,
One day you'll be playing rugby.
Can you reach those ones up there? Like, outreach! You can just about reach.
I would have these
in white
ones
green.
and that £60 one up there with the green and black and the white.
It's between these two.
Really?
Yeah, probably.
Look at these. They're wicked. They're really nice.
Show you how it's meant to be done.
3, 2, 1.
Oh, God.
Yes, drink
And toes and coat. Beast. Bail. Bail! Bail. Some of my friends, like, a lot of them kind of stay with me, maybe like 4 of them kind of stay with me. And, you know, they're really kind for staying with me, but then some of them kind of do forget that I'm there, and then they just kind of run off. Is there stairs?
Yeah, there's steps.
No. I won't come that way. You know, I do, like, really respect it that people do stay with me. And, you know, it's really kind of them to, you know, even though I'm a very slow walker, it's kind of them to just keep walking at my pace.
So he feels very restricted in his life. And we want the best way moving forward.
He doesn't like what his leg looks like. His foot, I think he despises his foot more, the bulkiness of it. I've always looked at Dillon's leg and thought, just get rid.
Dillon has to convince the doctors that the time is right to cut his leg off, but he also has to convince himself. Once it's gone for good. He wants to understand what it's like to take the mammoth decision, so he's met up with 16-year-old Harriet, who decided to have her leg amputated 3 years ago.
I've got my blade, a walking leg and a heel adjustable ankle, so I can wear heels and shoes with a bit of a raise on them.
So why have you got your leg amputated?
I was born with club foot in both legs. It's where your Achilles at the bottom of your feet are so tight that your feet turn in. And as I got older and I had my leg lengthened and things like that, I got arthritis and I couldn't walk anymore because it was very painful. 3 years ago, my parents said, "Do you think you should have your leg amputated?" And I thought it was worth it because there wasn't any other options. We waited 2.5 years for it to happen and I had my leg amputated.
Was it definitely worth it?
Yeah. So now I can walk, I can run, I can do the things I've wanted to do for longer than 2.5 years.
How was it waking up the day after the operation?
It was hard getting up and about afterwards, but no harder than being in a wheelchair all the time and things like that. I think I'll always want to have 2 legs, but what I've got now is a good substitute and I'm happy, so I guess that's all that matters.
I was 9 years old when I thought, I don't want my leg anymore and I want it amputated, so... Also, I was year 5 in school then. I was just this little kind of growing up kid. And now I'm at college, so I'm in a much bigger school and now I feel like they'll think I'm more mature.
Dillon was 9 when he last saw his surgeon. It was decided he was too young and putting his weight on a prosthetic could be too painful. 2 years on and he has another consultation. Now that he's older, he's hoping for a more positive outcome.
The thing that's going on tomorrow is that we're going to go to the hospital to see Professor Briggs about amputation, and I'm a little bit nervous about what he's going to say and what's going to happen.
Last time he visited his surgeon, Professor Briggs, Dillon was told that if he came back healthy, with his pain under control, they could operate. While Dillon feels ready for amputation, Mum is nervous about the future.
Sometimes I wish I could look into a crystal ball and know that when he's 18, this is what's going to have happened and it's all gone okay or all hasn't gone okay. And without a doubt, when you have got a child, that's the most precious thing in the world to you. And I don't want it to be something that he regrets.
I was old enough to make the decisions, and I just want to have a better life without my leg, because I don't really want it anymore. It could definitely be a change of today, like possibility of amputation, so I'm just crossing my fingers and praying.
I do as well now.
It's all down to Professor Briggs' decision. Dillon believes he'll have to persuade the surgeon he's healthy enough to be able to get through a major operation. He's waited a long time for this moment.
So what's been happening to you in the last 2 years?
It's been a good 2 years. The pain has extremely reduced. It's extremely rare that I get pain.
Fantastic.
Really I never get pain now.
How's your leg, other than the pain?
It's fine. It's not stopping me from doing anything.
Well, that's brilliant. It's great to hear that. He looks great, actually, doesn't he?
Yeah, he's grown up really quick.
You have grown up. You're quite a mature young man for 11, I tell you. And that's because of everything you've been through. Now, can I have a look at your leg? That leg will go straight, yeah? What about that one?
I can't get...
And no problems at all with this leg. You can do everything you want with that leg.
Yep.
Push it straight. Okay, what can you do with that leg? Can you bend up the hip? And how straight will it go? Show me.
What?
Straight now. It's painful.
No, it's just...
Won't go, rather than pain.
Yeah, just
Okay,
go.
fine. And just stand up straight for me. Okay. So he's got, this leg is longer than that leg,
Yeah.
and therefore he keeps it bent. He balances quite well by doing that, doesn't he?
Yeah.
Okay. Shall we get you dressed?
Yeah.
Okay. If you said to me, am I going to do anything with you? Definitely not. You have actually come on leaps and bounds since 2011. You're much better in terms of your mobility. You're obviously much better in terms of your pain. You're actually getting around enjoying school. So at the moment, I need to do nothing but keep an eye on you.
It's not gone how I thought it was going to go initially,
Right.
because I was just under the impression we were here to see you, obviously, and that's great. But there was a channel we were going down, and
Yes.
we kind of wavered off it.
We don't need to, do we?
Yeah.
Well, you know when we met 2 years ago, and we thought then that if we did an amputation, that we may not relieve the pain, because then the pain was the major problem.
Yeah.
What I'm glad to see today is the pain has resolved so much, and therefore we don't have to think about an amputation at the moment.
It's not until Dillon gets out of the consultation room that he realises the enormity of the professor's decision.
I am a bit kind of disappointed that not much come out about amputation. What do you think, Mum?
I feel lost again, kind of on hold for a year. I guess it's the fact that as a parent, you want the best, don't you? You know, obviously we see a different side of that at home in terms of the frustration. I'm disappointed, Dad.
Daddy's not happy. He was hoping for a different outcome.
Can I have a little walk? Why are you getting upset?
It's just... it wasn't really the answer I was looking for.
But do you know what I think? I think he's seen a young man who's come in. You're certainly much, much better than you were 2 years ago. I think he might think that you really do want your leg amputated.
I do really
but
badly.
you're not quite ready. But I think...
By the way things are going,
But darling,
it's making it out like it's not possible.
No. What I think he saw was a little boy that's grown into a young man that is kind of not happy with the leg that he's got, but in another way is happy that there are a lot of the issues are sorted out. If you look at your life without any pain in it, how does that make you feel?
Happy as a person on this planet, but I'm never gonna be happy with my leg, am I? I'm never gonna be happy.
You just had to walk away there, didn't you?
Yeah, because I just found it very frustrating. I'm very much a black and white person. The truth's the truth. The leg's no good, it's a useless limb. Get rid of it. You know, that's just my opinion. But you know, it's Dillon who's been pushing for the amputation, and we're just parents that help him along with whatever he wants to achieve. Okay, he's happy and he's mobile, but it's just prolonging the inevitable.
I hate it so much.
Come on.
I think he overcompensated with a bit of things to help Professor Briggs to see that he's capable of having an amputation. And Dillon as a person's got nothing, just have to impress anybody.
It's not your decision for me to have my leg up there. It's mine, and it's what I want. Because that'll be the best thing that's ever been given
Do you
to
know
me.
what, darling? All I want and all Dad wants for you is to be happy.
But I feel disappointed for him because he's upset now because he thinks he's done wrong. Well, he hasn't done anything wrong. He's just done everything right, too right.
I got lost and I really can't.
Yeah, you can.
I can't.
You can.
I really can't, Mum. I can't.
1 week on and back home with the family, I asked them how they feel about what's happened and what their next move could be.
We've all got different thoughts on it. There's so much you try and do to protect your child. And actually what we should have done was said, right, hang on, that's enough. But I knew what a build-up it was for Dillon all week. Emotionally, it's a huge build-up for all of us. How many more knockbacks can you have before it breaks you as a family? Because that's what it feels like. It feels like that it's going to tear us apart. And I know it won't, but at the time it's just so raw. But we've had a good week, haven't we? We've decided.
Well, we had a chat, didn't we?
Yeah, we're not going to take it sitting down. I think we need to go back stronger. I think we've decided as well now with Dillon that when we see consultants from now on, we're going to fight his corner and prepare him for that.
We're going to keep fighting, aren't we?
Yeah.
It's worse than snow for me.
It's not. Snow is slippery. This is fine.
Who's this?
Push your feet into the stand.
After the setback, the family are still convinced that amputation is the way forward and have arranged for a second opinion, hoping a specialist will give the go-ahead. While they wait for the all-important appointment, they take some time away with friend Kieran.
So you're getting more confident now, aren't you?
Kind of.
Kieran's got the football. Vince has got his ball.
I'm probably not even going to play with the football.
You're fine on the flat bit, Dillon.
No, but I'm probably not just going to play football.
This is all right to walk on. This is fine.
I'm fine. I'm getting it, Mum. It's crazy. Oh.
I wouldn't mind going up. It'd be the coming back down again. I don't like that. The speed. I'm not a speed freak. Your boobs would be going all over them. Mind the rocks!
Okay, we're not going to put that on.
Are you alright, Dillon?
I'm alright.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yes! That was it. Yes!
Oh, nice to see.
I had to shave that. It was warm, right? I took off my shirt and started swinging it. And I got a yellow card. All right. Ready? And then I go, you, 1, 2, boom, like that. Exactly. Exactly. That's a 1, 2. Oh, yeah.
1, 2, 1, 2.
Don't always have to do it, but that's like what they do sometimes.
The wait to see another specialist continues. With days stretching into weeks, Dillon decides to face another fear head-on. The experience on holiday when he was 4 left him with a fear of water and swimming.
It wasn't very nice. I remember her saying, "Ooh, look at that boy's disgusting leg. Get him out of here now. Get these children out of here now." But if I was older, like my age, 11 now, I would get upset. I've come to the decision that I want to have a go at trying to swim again. So we're going into a private pool, so it's just me. I want to swim because I want to do like a few things that ordinary people can do.
So Dillon's taken to the water with expert Sim on.
So, what we're going to do is I just want you to get comfortable. Do you mind if you grab onto my hands?
You know, I haven't been able to swim for quite a while now, so I just need to give it a go.
You did it! High five! That was brilliant. nice to be nice and relaxed. I've got you and I won't let you go, I promise. That's it. That's it. That's all right. That was brilliant. You actually swam.
Wow.
Believe it, how you could just
So quick as
enjoy
well.
it.
It's wicked, I loved it.
Yeah?
It's like, I loved it.
And do it again. Yeah.
Definitely.
Definitely.
On a walk with Dad, I found out that they have had some positive news.
The latest is we're going to go and see a NF specialist in Manchester that we saw many years ago when Dillon was very young. So we're going to go back and, with results we've had from Professor Briggs, we're going to try a different alternative now, and hopefully it'll tell us where Dillon is in the progression of his condition. The outcome could be that basically we carry on as we are. Dillon has to continue living with his leg and his body the way it is, or she will come up with some alternative, hopefully for Dillon. What he wants is amputation.
Dillon is heading to Manchester to meet Dr. Susan Hewson, a leading specialist in NF1, for further advice on having his leg cut off. Dillon has already met Dr. Hewson when he was very young, but that was before he had the idea to amputate, and he'd like to find out if she thinks he can have the operation. This time, Dillon is taking a different approach to the one he took with Professor Briggs. He's going to tell the doctor just how difficult his life is.
So, Dillon, what are the main problems for you at the moment with your NF1?
The main problems are that I do struggle to get around. You know, I can't do much with my friends. And it is really upsetting, but I'd just like to know the best possible way forward.
I think from what I've read, is it quite sore when it's touched?
Very.
Okay, but I would like you to take your trousers and your shoes and socks off.
Take your shoes off then.
You're a United fan, aren't you? That's the City ground you can see out of here.
Okay.
What I don't remember from when you were a baby is this. So if we see this, this is a clue to us that the nerves under it might be thickened. Now just put your knee up. Okay, that's very good. Well done. Now sit up straight. This is just to look at your spine. Now sit forward and bend. Go on, bend. Okay. So there probably just is a slight curve, isn't there, at the bottom? So I think you can pop your things on, all right? Have you looked at your scans before? No. These are your legs, and it's like cut through your legs like that. So on your normal leg, what we're seeing is lots of muscle, that's the brown. But on this leg, all these little white bumps are neurofibromas that have developed on the nerve. And I know you've thought, you know, couldn't you just get rid of your leg? And I think our worry is that wherever it stopped, the nerves would still have the chance of forming neurofibromas.
It's a second no for Dillon, not the news that he wants to hear.
We've had patients who wear artificial legs for other reasons in NF1, and it can be a problem. If you're coping at the moment, I think we'd all feel just let's leave it.
But Dr. Hewson does have an idea that could improve Dillon's quality of life.
So one possibility is that we stop your big leg growing, and that will allow your other leg time to catch up.
That would mean for as you were growing, as your right leg is growing and catching up, your heel will get smaller and smaller.
So I don't want to promise you anything that's not realistic, but The final thing you should know is that a group of tablets called MEK inhibitors shrinks the tumours. They've just tried it in a very small early study in America, but Dr. Wiedemann, the doctor who led it, we've never heard her so positive about something. So I can't promise that, Dillon, but you know, there is no doubt that 2 or 3 years down the line that might be a possibility. The reality of the internal complexity of the inside of his left leg is quite astounding, really. It's something we've never really looked at before or had the opportunity to look at before, and it really did take my breath away.
You know, I'm not allowed to have an amputation, and you know, it is quite hard for me to hear that, but you know, you've just got to kind of move on with your life and take it for granted that you can't have it done.
And what I wouldn't want Dillon to go down the route of amputation and then spend his whole life in a wheelchair because he's got a leg and a stump.
There is some options that I do want to look into, which is what Susan Hewson suggested, which is doing something with the growth plates. So then it will stop my left leg from growing, so then my right leg can catch up. So then maybe in 2 or 3, 4 years' time, instead of having a raise that big, I will have it that big. So it'll just be normal, and that would be amazing.
Although Dillon is disappointed after another setback in his quest to have his leg cut off, he seems buoyed by news of an alternative operation and some medical advances that may be able to help him. So I joined him as he headed to the US to find out more about the promising drug trials.
Night flights. Horrible. I'm very sleepy. I'm not used to big places. This room's really small. And you could probably fit about 100 rooms into Washington.
Dillon wants to find out more about MEK inhibitors, the medication under trial mentioned by Dr. Hewson, which could one day shrink the tumours in his leg.
If I don't want a drug, that drug would be just to take away the tumours, every single one of them, reduce the size of the foot instantly, and have a normal foot again, 2 normal feet. That would be ideal.
To see the latest research into NF, Dillon heads to the National Institute of Health in Maryland.
So we're going to meet the children who are trying out this drug to try and reduce the size of the tumours in the leg or wherever they've got their neurofibromatosis.
Jaden is a young boy from Tennessee who has NF tumours running through his arm.
Before he started this round of medication, his arm was so tender that honestly all he did was guard it all the time. He didn't want anybody to touch it because it would hurt. And you know, you don't want to stand around grabbing it all the time, so he just kept his hand up like this. So you know, you'd see him stand in a crowd and this is what you see. He wants to go to play on the playground with the monkey bars and all those things, and he's never been able to do it because his arm, the tumor keeps his shoulder from moving the way it needs to. So just like maybe 3 weeks ago, we were at a playground, and he runs and jumps on the monkey bars and is swinging, you know, first time since forever. It's never happened. So it was the greatest thing. He has never, ever, ever been able to use the monkey bars. So, I mean, he just ran and jumped, and I cried.
Yeah,
I mean, you know, sit in the middle of the park in the gym and just cry.
How did it feel when you got on those monkey bars, Jaden?
I feel kind of cool.
Did you just do it impulsively, or had you thought, shall I, shan't I?
I wanted to.
And, you know, and there I'm sitting in the middle of a public park squalling, you know, just crying. Oh, there's my baby, look at him, he's on the monkey bars. You know, so.
And everyone's looking at you.
But it's a feeling you can't describe to anybody else, can you? Because
Nope, nobody would understand why it was such a big deal.
No.
We're going to expect to see you running laps.
That would be good, wouldn't it?
Wouldn't that be great?
That would be awesome.
It would be
really
awesome.
There's going to be some tears that day.
There's always tears. Always tears. So, see? Could be you.
Could be me in
Could
a
be
few
you,
years. do. That one.
After meeting the patients, Dillon meets the doctors running the trials.
Hello. Nice to meet you.
So Dillon, the trial that we're doing right now with the MEK inhibitor is still an early trial where we want to make sure there are no bad side effects. So I wish I could tell you we have something that makes the tumors go away or shrink almost completely. So far, that's not what we've seen. You know, even with this new MEK inhibitor, which I think has the best results to date, what we see is anything between 10 to 40% of volume reduction. So you can still see the tumor, it's still there, but in many of the patients it becomes a little smaller. And what would you hope for as the most important for you to get better?
Just for that medicine to just reduce the size of the tumours would be amazing.
Okay.
Because I don't like living with it.
Yeah. Dillon, there's a lot happening. I always tell this my patients. There are many smart people working in NF1 trying to help patients. And I'm really optimistic that we'll make progress, okay? Okay, we won't give up on this, okay?
Okay. I guess it's just too much to take in. There's all very good things to take in.
I definitely want to have a trial with it when it comes to England, but yeah, I definitely would actually. Definitely like to try it out. If it, if it reduces the tumours, then that's fantastic. It's free.
With the drugs still in trial form, it'll be years before Dillon can definitely use them. So he's decided to have the operation that'll halt the growth of his left leg. He's due in for an overnight stay in hospital tomorrow.
I'm just typing in all the set people from my form. They were just saying good luck and hope it goes alright. They were being really nice to me and that, so just saying like thank you for being supportive and that. I can't actually say who's been the nicest, they've all been the same. I'll go down for tea. Puppy.
It's not as drastic as an amputation, but he will have to undergo a general anaesthetic before the doctors cut into his leg and insert bolts into the growing parts of the bone.
Nice not to forget to bless you with the holy water tomorrow morning.
Jesus Christ.
I've got in my bag. From Lawrence.
It's just been on my mind for a couple of days and I haven't been able to focus. And I wasn't really my jokey self, I didn't really want any jokes so I wasn't really moody. I was just a little bit grumpy.
Your children are the most precious thing in your life, aren't they? So you you hand them over into somebody else's care and yeah, I do sort of think he's had so much in his little 12 years already, and he's just such a lovely boy. I'm a bit biased, I know, but he is a really lovely little boy to be around and just to know, really.
I did really want it done, but I didn't really want to. You never really want to have an operation done, but then you know that it is for the best.
Right, should we start getting dressed then?
Keep dropping off.
All right, son?
No.
Morning?
Morning.
Dad.
Dad.
Please, I'm not in the mood.
Go to the toilet then.
No, it's fine.
Go and wash your face a minute then. Not the happy bunny. He'll be alright once he gets in the car.
I'm just very, very nervous.
I know you are, darling. Right, ready?
And I mean, like I'm slamming my weight around, but that's just my way of showing nerve.
That's fine, come on. Ready? Ready? Go. Right. Come on. You're bound to be a bit nervous. Oh, it'll be fine.
What are you thinking?
About a lot of things. Just thinking about what's going to happen in the future. In the next coming years or months. Anything that's going to happen, to be honest.
Is indeed.
All right?
What are you going down there?
I'll go as far as I can and then I'll land them tomorrow, all right?
And see you later, Ben.
It absolutely reads so well.
Yeah, just think.
That'll be right outside.
And go with it. It'll be okay.
Mummy, when we go back, can I have the Monday off and stuff?
We'll see. You should be fine. We'll see how you feel, all right?
It'll be on in a minute, not yet.
Yeah, but and it's got to go right over. Otherwise.
Right over.
All right, you ready? I'm going to put the smelly stuff
Ready?
on now. You tell me what you think.
I'll see you when you wake up, all right?
I love you, Mum.
I love you too, darling. Keep it over your... Keep it over your face. That's it. Keep it over your face. Yeah, you
Good
can.
boy.
Yeah, you can.
That's it. Take some big breaths of it. Big breaths. You're doing a really good job there. That's brilliant.
Good boy. It's nice to know when he's had the anaesthetic, that's it then. He's not going to be aware of any of it. That's the one lovely thing. But he was so scared, wasn't he? Be good when it's done now, wouldn't it?
Right, you got a swab. Happy?
The surgeons cut into Dillon's knee and push bolts through the tops of the bone. The hope is that the growth of his big leg will be arrested, and so, over time, his other leg will catch up. As Dillon recovers, he'll be in pain and getting around will be difficult, but in the months and years to come, his legs could even out, which would improve his walking.
Go on then with your fine figure of a man.
I just got to wait for this right leg to catch up with this left leg. And hopefully I'll have similar sized legs.
Oh my lord, that is boiling. I feel more confident in myself with swimming as well. In fact, I'm going to put this out now that I'm not afraid of the water.
Why don't mine hold the water like yours?
But, true to form, Dillon's story didn't quite work out the way he planned it. It's 6 months since I started filming Dillon, and out of the blue the family have had a letter from Professor Briggs. He's reviewed the notes from Dillon's visit to Dr. Hewson in Manchester and wants to discuss options.
So tell me what was said to you up in Manchester.
She said there's not a good point anywhere in the leg to amputate from.
Yes.
She said wherever you do it, the stump will be a painful stump.
I think there is a way around that problem, okay? Because if you were going to consider an amputation above your knee, all right, because it's something that we can consider, all right, is that if we were able to remove this plexiform at the same time, which we can do and we've done in the past, that would mean your stump you walked on would not have nerve tissue in it, which would mean it would not be painful.
We've kind of put our minds in the set way of that it's not possible, so we're kind of moving in another direction, so I think.
Nothing's impossible. There is a way that we could do an amputation and strip out the sciatic nerve with the neurofibroma around it, which would give you a comfortable prosthesis on which to walk. If we do an amputation, we can't go back. We've got to make sure if we do an amputation, we do it absolutely correctly so that you are pain-free and it adds to your quality of life, really. Okay? Yeah. And there's no rush to do this, because as your dad says, once you do it, you can't go back. See ya. Be good. See you, Dad.
You kind of get your head around that something's not going to happen, and then it's like it is going to happen, then it's not going to happen.
No, it is going to happen.
Then it was going to happen, and then we were told it definitely ain't going to happen.
I know it might
Now
happen.
we're telling me it might be happening again. So, I don't know. It wouldn't happen, possible. It's not happening, it's possible.
Yeah. It's extremely good, you know. But I'm in shock as well, and I don't know what to say.
A couple of months after seeing Professor Briggs, and Dillon has a setback.
What's going on, you guys? Dillon here, and you may be thinking, Dillon, why aren't you at school? So the reason is, on Wednesday, something very bad happened, I'm afraid. It happened just after morning break at school, and I came out of history lesson to get a drink. When I was halfway up the stairs, my leg, I felt something pop, and it was the most weird sound. As we were on stairs, it sounded like we thought something fell down the stairs, but not. And I said to my friend, the teaching assistant, I cannot put any weight on my leg. I just fell over. So I was screaming. And it wasn't very nice. It was very, very painful. So they got in my wheelchair. They called my mum to come and get me, and we went to the doctor, and we found out that my tibia was fractured. So I don't know. So my leg's in a cast, which I will show you right now. You can hear. Rock hard. Never mind. See you on my next video. Peace.
Months pass by and Dillon's leg refuses to heal. Feeling isolated from his friends, he becomes increasingly upset and down.
I've got to the point where I'm just upset. I get upset about the slightest little things. I get sad, and I haven't been myself these past few weeks, and it's just kind of, it's really hard to explain how I'm feeling.
Dillon is now wheelchair bound with a leg he simply cannot use or even bear to look at.
Yeah.
Professor Briggs will have to move faster than he first thought. He has decided to amputate. And while most people would be scared about having such major surgery, Dillon has finally got what he wanted.
Usually when people have being told they're having an amputation or they're having any kind of operation, you know, 90% of the time they're nervous about it. But I am quite excited about having this operation, because it's what I've wanted since I was 8 years old, and I'm really, really excited for it.
The countdown for the second bout of surgery has begun.
It's less than 48 hours now, really, until the operation. I'm a bit nervous. Well, I'm very nervous, actually. But then I'm also excited that it's happening and that it's all going to be over soon. A couple of days will be gone for good. And I'll be glad. I'll be happy.
It's the day of the operation, and Dillon is in good form.
What did the girls at school say to you then?
They were the girls at school were saying good luck, you know. So they were just asking me some questions like, are you nervous and things like that. So, you know, everybody's been supportive at school. The teachers have said good luck to me. My friends have.
We were talking about the girls who.
I don't really want to answer that question. I'm not answering that question. About
girls at school. You said that you got a couple of hooks as well.
I'm not answering that question.
Can I have a look at your leg? No, I'll tell you the cutting plan. So we're going to use the skin at the front to go around the corner to form the weight-bearing stump, all right? Okay. So how long it's going to be is going to depend on what we find when we get in there. Can things go wrong? Yes. But they shouldn't do.
I'll put it on your hand, okay? Just some cold air, okay? But it's going to have to be near your face, okay? So
all right, I'll see you on the other side.
All right, I love you.
That's a good boy. That's it. Big deep breath, like the lady said.
Good boy. Mum, if you can smell it, you're going to be asleep. Come on, we're there. Give him a kiss and go look after Dad. Thanks very much. Yeah, not to worry.
So I'm frightened. Just wanted to come back out again.
You've probably been keeping it together for him, haven't you?
Yeah, you have to, Danny, because you don't want him to go down stressed or worried about us worrying. Don't you?
You've done really well.
Do rest until he comes out.
It's the worst bit now, you think, God, how long now? Oh.
Wish you don't another time.
Can I have a ruler, please?
That sounds horrible, doesn't it?
Still be feel the same.
He will. He'll be fine. He'll be fine. He's going to feel so normal. No.
You can see my leg is now gone. It's been a hard few days so far. It's now Thursday morning. Thursday morning. Operation was Monday afternoon. I think I'm recovering well.
So you're going to call this the end of the film then?
Pretty much, I'm going to call this the end. You know, it's the ending that, you know, the right ending, and I'm very pleased that I can just get on with my life now.